What's up, guys? We are on day 11 of the 40 Days Devotional book from The Chosen Season 1. The title for today is Proclaim. We'll be looking at Luke chapter 4, verses 18 and 19, where it says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." Many people have said Jesus never claimed to be God, that he was a good man and a powerful teacher, a humanitarian, an example we should follow, but that he didn't actually claim to be more than that, and his followers added the divine part. Incorrect. Take for instance this moment in the synagogue in Nazareth, his hometown. He showed up on a Sabbath day like he'd always done and volunteered to read from the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. He found the place where our verse of the day was written, a verse written in the 8th century BC about the coming Messiah, and read it out loud. Then he sat down and said, Today the scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing, as it was written." Luke chapter 4, verse 21. Excuse me? How crazy that statement must have seemed to the people who'd attended a gazillion Shabbat services with Jesus. He'd grown up in their small town, sat under the rabbi's teaching, played games with kids in the street, whittled wood with his father, and according to the Bible, wasn't above average in any visible way. And during Jesus' life of 30 years, not to mention the 400 years prior, the people were eagerly waiting for the Messiah, the one who would be king and liberate them from oppressive Roman rule. At least that's what they assumed the Messiah would be and do, but they misunderstood the prophecy. So, we're going to break down the Luke chapter 4, verses 18 and 19 into little bits. So the first part is to proclaim good news to the poor. Jesus came preaching heaven, its riches, its beauty, its infinity, and its availability. He came with the message that there's more to life than what we see. More for those literally disenfranchised, and more for those impoverished in their souls. And then the next part, to proclaim liberty to the captives. Jesus wasn't a political liberator. He was a spiritual liberator. He came to pronounce freedom from the sin that enslaves and all the eternal consequences it ensured. Recovering of sight to the blind. Jesus healed people physically, but the physical healing was only a picture of what was necessary spiritually. Jesus came to open people's eyes and hearts to their sin, to their need for help and mercy, and to his desire and ability to restore them. Then the next part it says, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Jesus and the gift of salvation he would offer expressed God's favor towards us, a world in desperate need of him. Jesus was indeed a good man and a powerful teacher, one who was kind and loving and inclusive and all that. But he also claimed to be the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy regarding the one who would save the world. And on that Sabbath day in his quiet hometown, he proclaimed it in a way no one in the room misunderstood. The long foretold Messiah you've been preaching about in your synagogue for centuries, I'm him. So, the prayer for today is thank God for his heart for the oppressed. Ask him to give you that same heart. Then ask him for courage to proclaim the good news as boldly as Jesus did. And so here we are at our last part with the reflection part. Which of Jesus' character qualities most stands out to you in the story? Which of Jesus' character qualities most stand out to you in this story? Why do you think Jesus began his 3 years of ministry with this particular public display in his hometown? Why do you think Jesus began his 3 years of ministry with this particular public display in his hometown? What are ways you can display the same love for those Jesus came for as the prophecies indicated? What are ways you can display the same love for those Jesus came for as the prophecies indicated? So that will conclude our time for today. Yeah, again, I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it every single time. Encourage you all to just reflect on those questions that the Chosen has provided. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day and go and walk with God.